A very good morning to the honorable judges, teachers, parents, and my fellow friends. Today on this fine day, I would like to present a public speech about the advantages and disadvantages of bringing handphone to school. Before it takes place, let's look at the pros and cons of this matter. Ladies and gentlemen, handphones, mobile phones, and tablets are becoming common in almost everywhere in our society. Even now, small children have it too. Today, it has become a must item for everyone. Even now, if I have to ask the audience whether they have a handphone, probably almost always say yes, isn't? Well, as for now, this question excludes the students, because students are still prohibited to bring handphone to school. But then, is it a good idea to allow students to bring handphone to school? In every story, there are two sides of contrasting ideas. Therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to let the audience know the advantages and disadvantages of bringing handphone to school. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start my speech by stating the first advantage of bringing handphone to school, that is, to make communications easier, especially between parents and their children. It will allow them to communicate with each other at any time. In the past, parents often never knew where their children were until they came home. With handphone, parents can check up on their children and arrange transportation or relay any important information, if necessary, at any time they want. Like for example, the children can tell their parents what their activities are and thus make the parents less worried about their children's whereabouts. Secondly, handphone is an invaluable tool in emergency situations. For instance, if a student is severely injured or there is a crisis, it can allow the students to contact authorities or call for help. Thirdly, with the technology available, it can help students to learn more. More easy access to the internet, the students can search information on the internet easier. But it could also be the other way. Students use the internet to find fun instead of studying. Now, I will be focusing on the disadvantage of allowing students to bring handphone to school. Firstly, it's about theft issue. With more and more attractive phones available, there are good chances of phone getting snatched or theft. This happens because most pupils might not be able to afford it. Thus, the only way for them to have it is by stealing it. Students can also make extra money too by stealing the handphone and sell it. Moreover, students can at times be clumsy when keeping their things. We all know once the item is gone, it's gone forever. The price of a handphone is not cheap, and when the theft issue arises, it can cause a lot more trouble. Secondly, the phone may cause distraction in the lesson. Some students that did not shut off their phone and suddenly gets a phone call will disturb the lesson in the class. They can also play games and hiding during the lesson. With so many students in the class, teacher could overlook these students. This is one of the instances of students misuse the purpose of handphone. By bringing handphone to school will only hinder the students to learn more, to study more, as they are much more preferred to play games than to read a book. They only use the privilege given for their own joy only. Thus, the passion for learning for many students will be decreasing. And this is bad because study is important in life. Only with more knowledge we could be more developed, but if these young generation does not like to study, then it will hinder our progress to success. Ladies and gentlemen, I have laid out all the pros and cons of this matter. Now, it is up to us to decide what's the best decision on this matter. Well then, I have arrived at the end of my speech. And thus, thank you all for lending your ears. Therefore, I am ending my speech with a thank you very much and goodbye. Thank you.